Hello, everybody. Geeks Assembled are here. Susan's there. I'm here.
Hello.
And this week, as we're continuing our discussions of the new series of Doctor Who, this is episode 2 of the new series called Lux. And it's a story of movies coming to life, shall we say,
hmm
in Miami 1952. And the Doctor and his companion are there because they cannot reach May the 24th. So this is why they're there. They're back in the past, and they've got things to sort out in the cinema or the theatre or the playhouse, whatever you want to call it. Um, and they've got a surprise, what appears from behind the curtain, shall we say. So over to Susan for her opening thoughts on Lux.
Okay, first things first. I've heard a lot, especially on, I guess, Who Culture, which is like it's called What Culture Doctor Who, or what they have What Culture Doctor Who, What Culture Star Trek, What Culture Star Wars. But they are these two nerdy people, and they are actually generating quite a little bit of you know reality about their podcasting. And they were talking about, like, why don't they just go to a couple 3 days before and then like just live their life into the troubled times.
Go
and
go go there day before.
and they were questioning the that in, in relation to um, Amy and Rory in the past, and some of the others sort of important days that were going on. And so I really think those are very good questions that they asked about that. They have they haven't ever answered that in modern Who. That's just like one of the things. And the other thing is that this is that it tomorrow, no, day after tomorrow, Tuesday, Brada Sethu is premiering again on Andor. She plays, uh, I can't remember what the character's name is now again, but she is again in as one of the not force sensitive rebel alliance, which is, well, basically what Andor is the nuts and bolts of the rebel alliance. And so that's kind of an interesting group, all leading up to um Rogue One and episode 4. um i I enjoy her as I'm enjoying Belinda Chandra as a companion now. uh she seems to really want to help, except for when she doesn't. And when she doesn't, it's just like, oh, uh, she eventually figures out that that the doctor is not just going to blow things off, that he's actually going to stick around. And I guess that's like, what you always hope for with the doctor. And in Doctor Who, you're always like, seeing how these normal folks can become more sensitive to the situation around them and not as willing to run. We just reviewed another audio adventure called The Wishing Beast, and Mel Bush just sticks around. She actually hangs out with these two homicidal old biddies, sort of as a prequel to her hanging out with homicidal biddies in the Paradise Tower. But she's also, been in the series, so it's not it's not a strange thing that eventually that the companions are have more compassion and more aptitude and more, taking ownership of the universe. And that takes that's a long process for some of them really get it right away. Ian and Barbara right away got it. They knew what the hell they were doing, because there were adults in the 60s, and I think that makes a big difference, actually. But and also in this was Linus Roach. Okay, Linus Roach was in a movie called Priest with Robert Carlyle, and I just have to say, you knew that eventually, there would be a Robert Carlyle tie-in, and here we are. Ta-da! And that's another thing, is like the whole Alan Cumming, Mr. Ring-a-Ding-Ding. I mean, totally perfect. Do you know what I mean? He's like totally perfect. Alan Cumming is amazing. But Linus Roach was really sweet and sensitive. Oh gosh. Yeah. It was very much like his priest role. He's just such a little cinnamon roll. I don't know. That's what Linus Roach is. He's a cinnamon roll. He's a precious, delightful young man. He can do no wrong. He's just sweet and cinnamony. Anyway,
You actually on
so
medication?
so I had a lot of fun with this. I liked the animation kind of thing.
Well, Disney, isn't it?
It is Disney. Oh my god. That is so Disney. Yes, you nailed it. Exactly right. That's right where I was going. But I'll let you go there. Over to you, Lee. You take it off. Go Disney. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now let's watch Susan's face drop. Oh, dear me. I'm going to
Disney.
sing.
Started Disney.
Disney. Yeah, okay, Disney. Mr. Ring-a-Ding. It's totally Disney, classic animation.
Uh-huh.
Good. Yeah, I agree. Great animation, a good character.
Uh-huh.
That's a positive for the story.
Gotta
Now,
have, gotta have a great baddie who's like as good a character.
but I am fed up now of villains being gods.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
how many? It's boring.
Oh.
It did it three. Was it three times in the last season?
Uh-huh.
Three times, twice, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Toymaker,
Maestro,
the maestro, and then then Sutek.
and now you've got Lux,
Yeah.
God of Light. Yeah, I'm fed up of the going over the same ground.
Okay.
But I'm also going to say, here we go, Meta. What else was there? Jumping the Shark. And there was another word. It'll come to me. No, it won't come to me. But there was another word I was thinking of. Yeah. I don't know where to begin. Right, Lanos Roach is Mr. Pie, the projectionist. A great, as you say, a great actor.
Uh-huh.
Wasted in this. Really wasted. What did he? He didn't do what? What was he to do? You got him more involved in the story. Um, this doctor is really getting on my nerves. He cried again. Same cry. Every episode does he cry. Fed up with that. And the way he talks, it's not the doctor. They cast a gay black man So the writing, again, black man. And that's the dialogue. Babes, babes, fuck off. The doctor doesn't, that's not the doctor. Babes. Yeah, and there was a 2-finger salute from Russell T Davies in this to the fans when they jumped the shack, went all meta, where apparently Doctor Who was just a TV show, and saying to them that the fans don't count, the fans don't matter. That's what they said there. The fans, we don't matter. Hold on a minute, what is this? He's having a dig at the fans now? Is that
All right, I didn't think that was a dig at the fans. I thought that was
Russell T Davies puts that stuff in writing to have digs at people. He's done it in the past. It's the way the Doctor talks is not. It's not Doctor dialogue. It's a black gay man's dialogue, and I don't like that. Because he said all he does is go babes, 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 cry, 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 and he never saves the day. The Doctor never saves anything. He hasn't done for the last season. He hasn't done in this past 2 episodes. It's been somebody else who saved the day. In this one, it was Mr. Pye. He saved it by getting Belinda out the room and setting light to the things, not the Doctor. So the Doctor does nothing to save anything. Let's say great animation of Mr. Ring-a-Ding, voiced, as you said, superbly by Alan Cummings. But how many times do we need to be also reminded of the race segregation? It's been done before. It has several times before. So it's going over old ground again. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was rumoured a few weeks back that Russell T Davies was going to end this season stating that Doctor Who doesn't exist. It's just a TV series. Now, if he'd have done that at the end of the season, there'd been uproar. This could mean it could happen because if you noticed in this story, those 3 fans are still alive. So does that mean the Doctor doesn't exist? You got to think that way now, because they were all those 3 were going to die, wasn't they, when they went back into the V? But it ends there, and those 3 people are sat on the couch alive. So if they're still alive, does that mean that the Doctor doesn't exist? And if that's the case, Russell T Davies has finally knocked the nail into the coffin. Yeah, I mean, I just no. I mean that the Lux wasn't bad, really, was he? Because nobody died apart from Mr. Pye because he blew up, but nobody died. All the 15 people were 3. And Lux became more and more light, evolved, and just dispersed.
Galactic light.
Yeah, he dispersed into the universe, became a bigger god, apparently. Yeah, I just don't. Breaking the other thing I was going to say was breaking the 4th wall again. It's getting on my nerves now.
Yeah, I get that. That was annoying in some respects to me as well, except for the Doctor never spoke to me directly, not like he did the first Doctor with the glass of wine and the Christmas toast.
But this season so far and last season, they're just breaking the fourth wall nearly every episode, and it's just annoying. And why are they doing that? God knows. Mrs. Flood was there again.
Mrs. Flood was there again.
Yeah, I don't know.
Played by Anita Dobson.
Yeah, Anita Dobson, well-known actress over here, married to Brian May.
What's that?
She's married to Brian May of Queen.
Of the Queen?
Yeah.
No way. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, way. Yeah, way.
All right. All right. All right.
And I've got to say, this show is going to be cancelled because the overnight ratings are in. Can you guess how much?
2 million.
1.58.
Oh, dear.
It's down. It's down again. And the old Classic Who was cancelled when they were getting about 3-4 million. This series, RTD, or Retarded as I call him, is going to have this show cancelled. Well, it's going to be cancelled because the ratings are that bad. Disney won't want to touch it, and the BBC are just going to drop it. If you're not going to get the viewers, why make it? Badly cast actor, badly written. Some great guest actors in this, but most of them are usually wasted in the story. I don't know. And as well, everybody, even when Lux became 3-dimensional, there was still a 2-dimensional character, and that was Belinda. She's a very 2-dimensional character.
You think so?
Yeah. There's nothing special about her. She's just a run-of-the-mill. I mean, you go to all the companions from the past, they all have shan hair. There's, I mean, as I said last week, why, I'm fed up with having these wonder companions. There's something amazing about them. But she's so 2-dimensional. I'd rather watch paint dry. Apart from that, I did enjoy it a little bit more than last week. Just a little bit more. So, anything else you want to say?
Well, yeah. I like the character of the woman who sat there at sat there at the cafe and waited for her son.
You're an American. You should know it's called a diner.
It can be both.
That was it.
The other thing that we call them is 24-hour coffee dives.
Oh, you mean Tommy Lee's mother?
Tommy Lee's mother, Renee Lowenstein,
played
by Lucy Thackeray.
I mean, as I said, the supporting cast and the guest stars, you can't fault them. It's what they have to work with. Bad writing and an awful actor.
And then the three, you could tell that the three fans were actually like foils because they were all wearing a kit that showed either the foils or the enemies of the Doctor. There was the last one was wearing the Meep, Beep the Meep, and then the one in the middle was wearing the Telos Cybermen, and then the other one was wearing Unit. So I mean, it was like the three
Well, the one in
foils
one
of
in
the
the
Doctor.
yeah, one in the wheelchair was holding a Dalek mug.
I know, yeah. So like
But
the
yeah,
they were you could tell that they were foils, that they were going to be used as foils to him.
but
When you look at it the first time, you miss that detail, but then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I can see now that they're gonna.
I'll tell you now, they're not real fans because if you looked on the shelves behind them with their Doctor Who Blu-ray collection, it was all out of order. They weren't in order.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
You had a I don't know, you had a John Pertwee one there, then you had a Hartnell there, and you no, you don't do that. You have them in order.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah. I could flip the camera around and show you ours. And yes, it's in order, but it's also it's also a mix of UK, US, and VHSs. So
mhm.
hell with the hell of all y'all.
Right, I'll tell right, you know, I suggested that because those three are alive at the end of the episode, and that the Doctor really doesn't exist and he's only a TV show. If if it goes down that route, oh, uh, but, but also as well,
Okay.
here's another thing. Then
What?
those three, I'm just going to put that out there because we're talking gods of Ragnarok.
The Gods of Ragnarok? Really?
They wanted entertainment.
Oh, oh, interesting.
I could be totally wrong.
But it would be a good callback.
It would be, but I'm just three because back in the Greatest Show in the Galaxy,
Yeah,
God,
there were three of them
they
in the
wanted the Doctors to entertain them.
they
In this,
want.
they state that Doctor is just a TV show who entertains them.
Yeah,
There's three of them, and
yeah,
they're sat there being entertained.
yeah.
Could be wrong.
Could be, but
But
that's a
we are going
good
down
dive.
the gods again, aren't we? The gods again this season.
Right, and like all right, and you just did a deep dive, and I was talking about a 24-hour coffee dive, so that's it. That's what we geeks do. Is I go and dive at a coffee dive, and you go and dive into these lore dives. So it's good, very good. Anyway, the other thing that was interesting was that uh, none of those three mentioned Osgood, who was the ultimate in uh, you know, conglomeration of fandom
Yeah,
being part of the creative process of that thing.
yeah. I mean, they should have kept Osgood. I mean, changing them up every time units back, there's a different. No, keep Osgood.
Yeah, Osgood is amazing. I mean, she was even Zygon Osgood. Whatever. They all love the Doctor, and they all think that it's fun to yeah. So that's where it goes from the Doctor being a TV show to the Doctor being real.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my question also.
Yeah, it. I don't
Yeah.
know. So I did like the animation, Mr. Ringading, but was it Doctor Who? I just don't. I'm not getting the feeling of Doctor Who. Just because there's a blue police box there doesn't make it Doctor Who with this writing. And also as well, I've just reminded myself what I was going to say. Why does RTD have to keep going on and making him the last of the Time Lords? He isn't.
He isn't anymore.
No, but why does RTD still think he is and keeps writing that down?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
It's been proved in all. He's not. The Master's out there, or Missy's out there. The Time Lords are out there somewhere.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
so, and he
He
got to
thinks
know
that makes
them.
him a romantic figure. That's why.
Because my Alex is saying that it's because he thinks he's a more romantic figure. Is why.
No, well, I'll tell you that actor can't be romantic if you put 5,000 volts up his ass.
Uh, we're getting giggles over there from what you just said. Anyway.
5,000 volts of his ass. Very funny.
So it's
There we go. Maybe Shooty Gatwa might like that.
okay, but maybe there's also the Ronnie, and I just want I hope she comes back, and maybe there's all these other ones that I like too.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that Romana's the Lord High former president of Gallifrey.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I mean, and then there's Susan, and Susan is still alive. God damn it!
But taking up what the voice from this side there have just said about making the Doctor more romantic character by stating he's the last of the Time Lords, it's not working though, is it? It's not working because, as you say, we all know it's not true. So
yeah,
it doesn't have that effect now. People just said, "Well, not this again."
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, there is a possibility that having the same 5 people constantly working on the show is
the same 5 people working on the show kind of makes it kind of a little nepotistic and a lot less effective. So that's what I was just hearing from over there. And next time I will invite Alex to be part of this discussion because he can't help it. He's as big a fan as you and me.
That might be the other reason why the Big Finish is good, because
he's like that's another reason why Big Finish is good. And so anyway.
Yeah, but
because it's a shitload more writers than just Russell T Davies. Anyway, yeah, so I would like to end this because it does hurt a little bit.
What I said before was I'm not here to polish your turd.
I'm aware of where you're at, and I know that this isn't your cup of tea anymore. So
it's a lot of people's not a cup of tea anymore. I'll tell you now. And as I say, the overnight viewing figures show that. Yeah, 1.58 million. Oh, just think of the glory days, eh?
Yeah, when it was 4.
When it was Doctor Who.
When it was 4 million.
Or more.
Or more.
Right, so then, so looks. We've both had our opposing view. So what's your final say and score then?
I will give this an 8.5 film projectors out of 10. I like the whole movie theater thing too. I did, so it can get an 8.5. It's not the best, but it isn't terrible.
Wow. Thanks. That's
so go ahead. Reveal yours, please, Lee. Reveal your.
I did say earlier that I liked it a little bit more than last week. And I think I gave last week a 5. So this week, I'm gonna give this. 5.5
Mhm.
cartons of popcorn
Ooh,
out of 10. So I liked it a little bit more than last week.
just a little bit. Oh
Just
my
a little bit more. I mean, as I said, great actors, you can't fault the acting. Well, you can fault some acting, but not the guest actors. Yeah, so that's our review of Doctor Who Lux. Do you agree with Susan, or do you agree with me? Has the Doctor, bitten off more than he can chew, and he's by the end of the season that'll be bye Doctor Who for maybe another 15 years.
Mhm.
Let us know what you think in the comments on this video. Or will the Doctor reign supreme and get another third season maybe next year? Rumour has it that Shoot is already filmed his regeneration to leave it open at the end of the season, but who knows? So please leave a message below on the video. We share it across all social media platforms. So you'll find us on on X and YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. And also, if you'd like to
We're
join us,
on X, even though we don't necessarily support Elon Musk, who is fucking our country up so bad.
so
Apparently, when he leaves one of our government agencies, the Russians try to hack in right then.
there you go. Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Also, as well, if you'd like to join us, leave a message below into these casts and whatever. Just be 18 and over, because we can get heated or whatever. We review 18 rated things. So all you need is a working camera and microphone on the device you use, and you'll be on with us. And remember to press the bell notification button on the YouTube channel, and you'll get a ring a ding. You see what I did there? You'll get a ring a ding every time we put up a new video. So is that everything, Susan?
That's everything. Thanks,
Cool.
Lee.
Cool. So I'm going to go now to cross the road to the diner and order a Knickerbocker Glory, I think.
Nice.
Nice.
I'll have a cup of coffee.
Oh, that will make me happy more than is watching Doctor Who. Yes.
Mm.
So until next time, guys, please be safe. Bye for now.